There's a place in America where reality doesn't behave the way it should. People seem to shrink and grow as they move. Gravity twists in ways science can't explain. Across the country, there are places that defy all logic, ancient structures whispering secrets from a lost time, and wild landscapes where nature itself feels alive. Scientists call them anomalies. Locals call them forbidden. From glowing ice caves with unearthly light to barrier islands haunted by legends, these are the places where the laws of physics and even reality seem to break down. For decades, explorers, researchers, and storytellers have tried to make sense of them. But the deeper they look, the stranger it all becomes. Join us as we reveal the strangest places in America scientists can't explain. This is the video that will leave you breathless. Oregon Vortex, where gravity breaks the rules. Hidden in the forests of Gold Hill, Oregon, lies a place where gravity seems to reverse, compasses spin wildly, and the laws of physics appear to break down. This is the Oregon Vortex, one of the strangest places in America and a hotspot for mystery, science, and legend. Here, balls roll uphill, brooms balance on their bristles, and people standing on level ground seem to shrink and grow depending on where they're standing. Visitors report a strange pull, as if the very air is distorted inside this mysterious zone. At its center is the House of Mystery, a crooked cabin with floors and walls at impossible angles. Inside, many experience vertigo, disorientation, and an overwhelming sense that something is deeply unnatural. For centuries, this site has attracted curious minds. Native American tribes once called it forbidden ground, warning that it held supernatural forces. Paranormal enthusiasts call it a gravitational anomaly, while skeptics claim the phenomena are optical illusions created by tilted buildings and skewed reference points. Yet even with modern equipment, the Oregon Vortex continues to puzzle scientists. It's described as a spherical field of magnetic energy, about 165 feet in diameter, where light and perception warp in ways we still don't fully understand. Tourists from around the world flock here to witness its weird energy vortex, take part in gravity-defying experiments, and photograph the area's bizarre optical effects. Some leave convinced it's a paranormal hotspot, others call it a natural wonder unlike anything else on Earth. Mendenhall Ice Caves, the glacier living tunnels. Deep in Alaska, there's a place that seems to break time itself, a world of impossible blue that appears and vanishes in the blink of an eye. For years, it was a whispered legend, and it remains a puzzle for scientists. What makes this place so strange, we still can't explain its secrets. Welcome to the Mendenhall Ice Caves, a landscape so alien and unpredictable, it feels like another world. Imagine stepping inside a frozen wave, where glowing sapphire walls surround you. These otherworldly tunnels are carved by meltwater flowing through the ancient Mendenhall Glacier. The dense ice acts as a filter, absorbing every color of sunlight except blue. That light scatters, igniting the caverns with an ethereal glow, but this magical world is temporary. The caves are constantly changing, forming, shifting, and collapsing in weeks. Meltwater collects in cracks and crevices, plunging deep into the ice. Flowing like rivers beneath the glacier, it carves tunnels that let us peer into its heart. Yet the glacier is retreating fast. Accelerated melting has caused many caves to collapse. Huge ice chunks now crash violently into the lake below. Predicting these caves' behavior is nearly impossible. Cold weather may stabilize them, but a warm spell can make the ice soften or collapse without warning. The glacier's rapid movement adds more danger, making long-term study difficult. It's a natural cathedral that could collapse in seconds, taking its secrets forever. Salvation Mountain, a desert rainbow of faith. Hidden in the California desert, far from major highways and crowded cities, lies a place so bizarre, so unbelievable, it feels like it was painted inside a dreamscape. This is Salvation Mountain, one of the strangest places in America, a sight that scientists don't know the reason behind. A kaleidoscope of colors, symbols, and messages rises from the sandy wasteland. It's a man-made mountain, built entirely by hand, layered with adobe clay hay, and thousands of gallons of bright paint. Flowers bloom across its slopes, rivers of red and blue cascade down its sides, and giant words declare, "God is love." Travelers call it a bizarre landmark, a desert hidden gem, and a bucket list destination for those seeking mysterious places in the US. Scientists and engineers are puzzled. This fragile structure has survived decades of scorching heat, violent sandstorms, and neglect. The mountain's materials, mud, straw, and paint, should have crumbled long ago. Some researchers believe the thick layers of paint act as a protective sealant, while others credit the dry desert climate for slowing erosion. Yet no one fully understands why it hasn't collapsed. It is an unexplained phenomenon, defying both logic and engineering. Created over 30 years ago by Leonard Knight, a devoted outsider artist, Salvation Mountain was never meant to last. Yet it has become one of the most unique art installations on Earth. Visitors often describe an energy in the air, an almost spiritual pull beyond explanation. In a world obsessed with order, Salvation Mountain resists understanding. Honey Island Swamp, home of the swamp monster. Deep within the Honey Island Swamp, locals claim something is lurking, a creature unknown to science that has baffled experts for decades. This is a place of chilling stories with no easy explanations. Hidden in Louisiana lies the Honey Island Swamp, one of America's most pristine and untouched wildernesses. While boat tours exist, much of this 70,000-acre labyrinth remains a world away from civilization. Its remote, wild nature provides the perfect cover for mystery, a place where the line between fact and folklore disappears. Long before tales of monsters, the swamp was a notorious hideout for outlaws. During Prohibition, its maze-like waterways became a bootlegger's paradise, ideal for concealing hidden stills from the law. That history has seeped into the land itself, giving Honey Island an aura of danger and secrecy that lingers even today. The swamp's greatest mystery began in 1963, when Harlan Ford, a retired air traffic controller, reported seeing a terrifying 7-foot-tall beast walking upright, covered in matted gray hair, with glowing yellow eyes and a foul, putrid stench. After Ford's death, a reel of Super 8 film emerged, allegedly showing a shadowy figure moving between the trees. Honey Island Swamp is also known as one of the most dangerous swamps in America. While drifting through its waters, you may spot alligators or crocodiles gliding silently, ready to strike at unsuspecting prey. Wild boars roam the banks, their eyes fixed on intruders with a menacing stare. Its secrets endure in the shadows, leaving more mysteries than answers. Carlsbad Caverns, the alien art gallery of Earth. This is a cave system so strange that geologically speaking, it shouldn't exist, buried under New Mexico. Deep in the Chihuahuan Desert lies Carlsbad Caverns National Park. Most limestone caves are carved over millions of years by weak acid from rainwater. But 4 to 6 million years ago, hydrogen sulfide gas seeped up from oil reserves and met oxygen-rich groundwater. This created powerful sulfuric acid that devoured limestone from the bottom up. This wasn't gentle. It was a violent act of geological creation, hollowing out immense chambers and leaving massive gypsum deposits on the walls, proof of its strange turbulent birth. This unique origin-shaped formations so bizarre, they look alive. The Big Room, the largest accessible cave chamber in North America, holds familiar stalactites alongside oddities, delicate soda straws and frozen rock curtains called draperies. Most alien are the gypsum chandeliers, intricate selenite crystal bundles hanging from ceilings. This isn't just a cave, it's a museum of impossible sculptures. Deeper within lies the true mystery. Much of this underground world remains unseen. Lechugilla Cave, among the deepest in the continental US, has over 150 miles of passages still being mapped. Access is limited to scientists and expert cavers. In its darkness, researchers discovered entire bacterial ecosystems that don't rely on sunlight. These microbes survive by eating rock, consuming sulfur, iron, and manganese. Astrobiologists now study them as models for how life might exist on other planets, like Mars. Antelope Canyon, where the rocks seem alive. Scientifically, Antelope Canyon is a slot canyon where stone seems to breathe, carved from Navajo sandstone by millions of years of flash floods. These floods, loaded with sand, blast through narrow passages, creating smooth, flowing shapes. It's a place of impossible color, fiery reds and brilliant oranges, that change with the sun, pierced by sacred beams of light. But the canyon is always changing. Every flood subtly recarves the interior, meaning the canyon you see today is a masterpiece in constant evolution. To the Navajo people, this sacred cathedral, Assateague Island, the place where water runs through rocks, is where the physical and spiritual worlds meet. Tradition says it was shaped not just by water, but by the holy people as a gateway to the divine. The canyon is a living entity, demanding humility and respect. Visitors are told to pause at the entrance to quiet their minds before entering this place of healing and reflection. This blend of science and spirit makes Antelope Canyon so compelling. Beyond geology and faith, there's a mystery neither can explain. Visitors report sudden, bone-chilling cold spots on the hottest days. Photographers capture ghostly figures and strange mists invisible to the naked eye. The canyon's acoustics create eerie echoes like disembodied whispers, and some Navajo legends speak of portals to other worlds. Adding to the mystique is its very real danger. This raw, unpredictable power has led to tragedy. The same flash floods that create its beauty can bring destruction in an instant, appearing without warning from storms miles away. Cahokia Mounds, mystery of the Mississippians. Long before skyscrapers pierced the sky, Cahokia rose from the earth, a sprawling city built by a mysterious people centuries before Columbus ever set sail. Even Joe Rogan has discussed this lost civilization on his podcast, bringing it to the attention of a modern audience. Located near modern-day St. Louis, this ancient metropolis was once home to over 20,000 inhabitants, making it larger than London in the year 1250. At its heart stood Monk's Mound, an enormous earthen pyramid as tall as a 10-story building, built entirely by hand. No wheels, no beasts of burden, just human willpower and ingenuity. The builders of Cahokia are known as the Mississippians, yet their true origins and fate remain shrouded in mystery. The city flourished between 1050 and 1350 AD, then was abandoned long before Europeans arrived. Some believe it was disease, others point to famine, war, or even environmental collapse. Adding to the intrigue are strange features like Woodhenge, a giant circle of wooden posts aligned with the sun's movements, possibly an ancient observatory or ritual site. Some say Cahokia's planners understood celestial cycles with eerie precision. Even today, Cahokia presents mysteries science struggles to explain. A prehistoric society organized massive labor projects with astonishing precision, then vanished without leaving clear evidence why. Beneath its earthen mounds, secrets remain buried, waiting to be uncovered. To the descendants of indigenous peoples, Cahokia is not just a ruin, it is a sacred landscape, alive with ancestral power. Visitors often describe an unsettling stillness, as though the spirits of Cahokia are silently watching. Assateague Island, land of wild horses. Along the windswept Atlantic shores of Maryland and Virginia, there lies a wild, untamed barrier island where nature's power dominates and the line between land and sea constantly shifts. This is Assateague Island, a 37-mile-long stretch of pristine beaches, rolling dunes, and mysterious salt marshes. Here, wild horses roam free, their salt-soaked manes tangled by the ocean breeze and their hooves pounding across the sandy flats. Known as the Chincoteague ponies, their origin is wrapped in legend and lore. Some say they're the descendants of Spanish Mustangs, survivors of a shipwreck centuries ago. Others believe they escaped from colonial farms, now long reclaimed by the rising tides. The island itself feels alive, a dynamic coastal ecosystem constantly reshaped by storm surges, hurricanes, and the relentless pull of the Atlantic Ocean. Twisted maritime forests, salt-tolerant grasses, and shifting barrier sands create a landscape in motion. But Assateague is more than a natural wonder. It's a place of raw beauty and hidden danger. Visitors are drawn to its wildlife refuge, campgrounds, and unspoiled beaches, yet warned of deadly rip currents, mosquito clouds, and storm systems that can arrive without warning. At sunset, the island transforms. Herds of wild horses move across the horizon like phantoms, their silhouettes reflecting in the tidal pools. The air grows heavy with the scent of salt water and the sound of ocean waves crashing in the distance. Pali Coast, a portal to another world. Rising from the turquoise waters of Hawaii's Cahokia Island, the Pali Coast is a masterpiece of raw beauty and untamed wilderness. Even today, scientists can't fully explain how such formations exist. Towering jagged cliffs, known as Pali, soar over 4,000 feet above the Pacific Ocean, their emerald faces carved by millions of years of wind, rain, and crashing waves. This 17-mile stretch of pristine shoreline is inaccessible by road, making it one of the world's most remote and breathtaking coastlines. Visitors must explore it by helicopter, kayak, or on foot along the Kalalau Trail, a grueling yet unforgettable journey across lush valleys, cascading waterfalls, and sheer drop-offs. The coast is more than a natural wonder, it's a sacred landscape, deeply woven into Hawaiian culture and legend. Ancient Hawaiians built villages in these hidden valleys, sustained by loai kalau and the bounty of the sea. Today, stone terraces and heiau remain as silent reminders of this past. From the air, the Pali cliffs look like green cathedrals rising from the sea. Sea caves, golden beaches, and towering spires hide secrets only the adventurous will discover. During winter, massive humpback whales breach offshore, while summer brings calm seas for kayaking into cathedral-like caves. But the coast is as dangerous as it is beautiful. Sudden flash floods, treacherous currents, and razor-thin paths demand respect. The Pali Coast has been featured in blockbuster films like Jurassic Park and Pirates of the Caribbean, its otherworldly beauty making it a cinematic icon. Thunder Hole, when water meets thunder. Along the rugged coast of Maine, there's a place where the earth seems to roar. A deep, booming sound rises from the ocean itself, a sudden thunderclap that has startled people for centuries. Located in Acadia National Park, Thunder Hole produces a sound that seems simple to explain at first. But what makes this one small cave so suspiciously perfect? Why does it roar with a force that defies a simple explanation? Geologists call it a sea cave. For thousands of years, waves have carved a narrow inlet ending in a chamber. When a big wave rushes in, it traps and compresses air. With nowhere else to go, the pressure erupts, sending a plume of water up to 40 feet high with a thunderous boom. The real mystery lies in its incredible power. The landscape is built on hard granite, strong enough to preserve the cave's perfect shape. That shape acts like a natural horn, amplifying the sound into something spectacular. The show depends entirely on the ocean. For the best performance, timing is crucial, usually about 2 hours before high tide. On calm days, it might only gurgle, but during storms, the sound is bone-shaking. Long before it became a tourist attraction, the boom was the stuff of legend. Local lore spoke of a great spirit, or a beast, trapped beneath the rocks. That's the magic of it. You never know what you're going to get. Visitors gather along the railings, watching as the tide rises. Then suddenly, a violent explosion of water and sound stuns the crowd. During major storms, park rangers sometimes close the viewing area, as waves can sweep people right off the rocks.